sé que me extrañas cada día. Se perdió el amor, lo siento, fue mala mía. Si fuera un cuento de fantasía, te llevaría a un paraíso y te besaría, pero look at me, what in darkness.
Hello and welcome everybody here. We're back again with our new show, E.T.B, or Enter the Battlefield, however you guys want to name it or mention it. Our last episode was with Veggie Wagon. We have a couple of more already in schedule, but tonight we're going to be talking to an amazing person, super funny. Seen her in many Commander shows, and as well, recently she did had a live stream with a lot of other creators to raise funds for a charity. So she's an amazing person, and I needed to read this because it was super funny when I read it on her Instagram. So she's a cosplayer, beer drinker, bacon enthusiast, moonlighting MTG player, goofball, thing doer, and self-proclaimed funny person. The amazing description. So I'm gonna bring in to the to enter the battlefield, Tappy.
Wow, are your services available to do introductions for me for like other things? Because that was incredible. That's so nice. Very kind. I'm like beet red. That was so nice of you, actually. Thank you.
I never thought about that. Sometimes the team members from the show, from our podcast, are like, where did these intros come from? And I'm like, I don't know, they just pop in my head. First thing that comes in mind, that's what I go ahead and say.
Yeah, that's a skill, brother. I think you should get paid for it. That was incredible. That was very good.
Now, Tappy, I wanted to ask, how did everything start? Because, you know, in regards to making a little bit research on who Tappy is, I saw a little bit of everything. But how did this cosplayer, MTG creator started?
Yeah, so I am I don't know, I'm a geriatric millennial. I'm almost 35. So like I started
don't say that I'm gonna be 35 in November 4.
Yeah, no, I turned 35 before you, buddy. So
okay.
all good. Listen, we're still hot. That's all that matters. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, we're aging better than Gen Z, unfortunately, and we have reading comprehension. Incredible. I kid, obviously. I got no beef with Gen Z. I got beef with the way some of y'all vote, but other than that, nothing bad to say. Anyway, yeah, so I started cosplaying in like when I was like 14, because like my friends were like, oh, there's this convention in like Chicago and you can dress up as anime characters. And I was like, that sounds like the coolest fucking thing ever, actually. Let's do it. And so we did. And we probably shouldn't have been unsupervised at an anime convention at 14, but like we sure fucking were. And it was, it was fine. I wouldn't advise other people send their like unsupervised, you know, whatever. Like anime conventions are generally a great place, but like if your child is 14, you should go with them. But whatever. It's fine. Yeah, so like I don't know. I'm just like a weirdo who likes to play dress up, and like that was always a really fun thing to do. Like Halloween all the time, incredible. And also I can be characters from Tenchi Muyo, incredible. Let's fucking go. Like great. Was always like super into anime, video games, got into Dungeons and Dragons, just I don't know, like nerd shit. And then I got into Magic specifically in high school. So Lorwyn has like a really special place in my heart as a plane, because that's what got me into Magic, was specifically the art on the cards in Lorwyn, because I love that like they were fairies and they were all these like folktale creatures, but they were like this kind of really sort of fucked up version of them. Like I love the elves. Lorwyn elves are my favorite elves, and it's not close at all. I love the fact that they've got horns. I love the fact that they're kind of racist, actually, and nobody clipped that in the audience, because what I'm saying is that in a narrative, there should be characters whomst are bad and need character development and are villains. That is why they are good, actually. Like, they're not good people, they're good characters. These are different things. We've talked about We've already talked about my non-existent, but also maybe actually existent beef with Gen Z, and y'all need some reading comprehension as well. But yeah, so I love Lorwyn. I love the fairies from Lorwyn. Una is one of my favorite like arts in Magic of all time. I've actually got a foil. I'm working on a commander deck for her, but Widwin the Biting Gale is one of my favorite like arts in Magic of all time. And yeah, I got super into Lorwyn. I mean, we were playing like peak kitchen table Magic at that time. It was cards I own that are merfolk, or cards I own that are fairies. Like, it was very much that. And then I sort of fell out of it just because it was expensive, and I, went to college, right in the middle of a recession. Shout out to all my homies who are going back to college in the middle of a recession now. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, so I kind of fell out of it a little bit, but I always liked it as a game. It was always fun. Like, we were always kind of like a board gaming family. Like, my dad famously taught us like trivia and gave us little like I feel like my dad like trained us like dogs. Like, he bought like a bag of like fun sized candy, and he'd be like, "Hey, what flag is this country?" And I'd be like, "Montenegro," and he'd like give me a Snickers bar. Like, but yeah, so it's so we were always kind of like a board game trivia kind of funky family like that. And I never played Magic with my family, but obviously we were always kind of into that sort of thing. So it was kind of a natural thing. And then I kind of fell into it. And eventually I was like, wait, nobody cosplays Magic. And I think it's just because like a lot of people just like, oh yeah, you could just like my first Magic cosplay was Jace the Mind Sculptor, which is fucking
Okay.
say, because I famously am Jace's biggest hater. But I cosplayed fucking Jace, and like while we were working on it, I was like, I could have bought like 3 Mind Sculptors with the cost of like materials on this costume, not to mention my fucking time while I'm making it, right? And that was back when Jace the Mind Sculptor was like big Papa Jace money, right? In 2014 or something, I think I made Jace. And then yeah, I wore Jace to Gen Con. My friend was Liliana. It was really fun. We took a bunch of pictures of her stepping on me. It was great. And then just kind of, I met people in the community. I met Christine Sprankle, who is and always will be the like prime goddess of Magic the Gathering cosplay. One day I am going to do art of her, and I am going to get her printed on those like Our Lady of Guadalupe candles so that I can have one set, because she is my patron saint of many things, but also like me kind of getting into this like whole part of my life, actually. So
oh, that's amazing. I love like how the the like how everything follows through, and then where you're at now, and going into something that you've mentioned a lot frequent, saying
please.
that you have this beef with Gen Z.
Oh no, y'all are gonna get me canceled. It's fine, whatever.
No. I just want to know your opinion, because being the fact that we're in a trading card game community that has, I would say, many opinions.
They sure fucking do, and they will tell you them loudly. I'm not obviously exempt from this. I literally, you asked me one question, and I was like, bleh, here's my life history.
So what is your opinion on these certain players that always have like an issue with, for instance, I don't remember the exact year, but I remember I think that was like around 5-6 years ago, on one of the first not first worlds, but on one of the worlds events, we had our first like trans qualifier that was at Worlds, and everybody had a major opinion about it. A lot of people were against it, and many people were like, hey, it's a Magic the Gathering player that made it and probably might make history.
Yeah.
What is your opinion with like these people, or these players, let's put it in that sense, these players that don't have like an open mind to, like, hey, we're all in the same community,
sure,
we have fun, and we just want to play some cardboard, expensive cardboard, but we just want to play.
First of all, I think if you have a fundamental problem with the kind of people that are playing Magic, whether it's because of their gender identity, or the color of their skin, or their sexuality, or their height, or like fucking whatever, I think if you spent less time worrying about that fucking shit and more time being better at Magic, maybe one day we'd be talking about you. But we're fucking not, because you're bad at Magic. And like Autumn Burchett is better at Magic than fucking you. Like, how does it feel to be beat by a non-binary person? I hope it feels bad if you fucking care, actually. I hope it fucking smarts, because they're more talented. They're also like a ballroom dancer or something. I don't actually know if that's what you're talking about, but either way, I think Magic is a really cool place, and I don't think Magic has ever been like entirely straight and male and cis and like white, right? It's just that's what has been seen, because people like Magic is expensive, like you said. Like the people who are playing Magic and have the infrastructure around them to like have a testing team and travel to all these places and have money to buy the cards, like of course, like those are the people with like literally that is the definition of privilege, like having the time off of your job to be able to fuck off and go play like RCQs every weekend or go to all these qualifiers. Like, yeah, of course, like that's just fucking that's just like the law of large numbers. Actually, if you go to enough things, you will be better at them. And now that we're seeing that like people have more opportunities to go to this, yeah, of course, we're going to see a more diverse playing field, and that should make things better. And if you're mad about it, I don't know, fucking cope and seethe, I guess. Get fucking better at Magic the Gathering, but you're probably not going to get better at Magic the Gathering if you can't stand to talk to trans women, because, like, the best Magic players I know are trans women, and I don't know, if you're not testing with them, you're probably worse at Magic or whatever. Like, I don't know, choke on a dick. Like, I don't know. I just, like, I have no chill. Like, if the biggest fucking problem in your life, even in, like, 2020 or, like, 2019, Trump was still the fucking president, if the biggest fucking problem is that a trans woman is playing Magic, like, God fucking must be nice. Must be fucking nice if that's your biggest fucking problem. Like, I just want to play some fucking cards with my fucking friends. And, like, if a person's existence over there precludes you from being able to play fucking cards, like, I don't know, like, how does it feel to personally sandpaper your ass every night? I don't know. I don't do it. So that's why I don't have those feelings, I guess. And again, to be clear, I do think, to try to reclaim my relationship with Gen Z, I think in some ways, the newer people from Magic who are coming in and they have a broader perspective of what Magic is, which is great. And that should be what it is. Because again, like, Magic has never just been a bunch of like white dudes who, you know, famously smell bad and live in their mom's basements or whatever. Like, that's never been Magic. That's just only been the part of Magic that some people have seen. And, like, again, some Magic players are hot now, which is also good. Brian Kibler's right there. His politics are phenomenal, and he's always moisturized. We love that man. We stand a king. Like,
True.
I may be biased because he's my friend, but, like, you know, I don't know. Like, you don't have to just walk around with your unwashed asshole and your equally unwashed opinions and make the community worse. At least, like, the least you could do is just shut up and not fucking embarrass yourself all over fucking Beyonce's internet, but if you want to, I guess I'll fucking block you. Like, there we are.
No, those are amazing words. You know, it's amazing to see people that don't have a fear to like say what they have in their mind.
I don't know. Maybe it's the autism. Maybe it's the untreated ADHD. Maybe it is my desire to personally fight God. I don't know. But like, that motherfucker owes me $5. So, like, why? Going back to, again, my personal life history, like, I was on fucking 4chan in, like, 2009. There is nothing that some chode with a faceless fucking anime avatar can say to me that will make me feel bad about myself, brother. Like, I was forged in the fires of, like, Trogdor's internet. You cannot hurt me in any way that matters. Like,
it is true, because let's be honest. For nowadays, liking anime, liking Magic the Gathering, TCG, or collecting Funko Pops or figures, back in our time, we were the nerds. We were the people that got
Okay,
bullied.
but if you collect Funko Pops of all things, you're still a fucking nerd, okay? Like,
Oh, yeah.
at least be a nerd of fucking culture. I have a shelf of wifes there, but that is Nico Robin, and she is the top wife, okay? Like, I
Okay.
at least am a nerd of fucking class, all right? Like,
No, yeah,
Funko Pops, like, you will die, and your Funko Pops will have no value. I don't know how to tell you this, actually, like...
No, I agree. The thing is that where me and my wife moved, so all of my stuff is where at my my house.
Sure.
So I have 2 shelves full with anime figures, McFarlane's. I have full of a lot of stuff.
Nice.
I have a couple of Funkos because
I do too. I have a few. I have a
came in.
Yeah. I've got a few too. I've been known to have a few.
You know, but it is so interesting that a lot of people are like, now liking Pokemon or Magic the Gathering. It's cool now. And then we're the ones behind the scenes, like, before you could walk, we had to do the walk, you know?
Yeah, entirely so. Exactly.
So, Tappy, I wanted to know,
Yes.
why, besides the fact that you love like the characters or the story or the lore, you mentioned that you love Lorwyn is a set that is that you have a passionate love with. Why you wanted to start cosplaying Magic the Gathering, being the fact that it's something that you mentioned is that cosplaying Magic the Gathering characters was not like something that everybody does. You know, if you go to, I've never gone to, but I had one of my team members go to Magic Con Chicago, Magic Con Chicago, and he told me there was a couple of cosplayers, not that much like you're usually used to, like when you go to New York Comic Con or any other convention. But what got you into like to start making these cosplays? Because I think that the last one you did was the Chandra from Aether Drift.
Yeah.
And I say that I loved the cosplay. Chandra is one of my favorite. Well, she is my first 3 pages of my personal binder. So what got you into, like, besides doing like the traditional anime characters and whatnot in cosplay, but what got you into like, hey, I want to start doing Magic the Gathering as well?
I mean, honestly, I think part of it is just like I got a little bit of the autism, so like when I'm into a thing, I just like it's kind of the thing for a while. And so like if I'm staring at these fucking cards and I'm looking at all this really cool art, like at some point I'm gonna try to make it. And I got a really bad case of the gay audacity, which is like, I'm gay, how hard could it be? I can do this. I can learn how to sew. I can learn how to like solder LEDs. I can learn how to style a wig. Like I don't know, how hard could it be? Like I don't know. Like I'm gonna do it. I like having little tasks to do. I like having little stuff to do. And yeah, like Magic has this, I don't know, like the art's really cool. There's a lot of really cool stuff. And like at some point you just like, when you're staring at this thing, at these, you know, fucking tiny little pictures on the tiny little cardboard, you're like, okay, is there a bigger version of this? Can I do this? And then of course, the other like probably 50% of it is when you have a friend who's like, oh, well, if you do that, I'll do this one, and then we can do it together. And then I'm like, all right, cool, sold. Like, yeah, like it's on lock. Yeah, Magic just has cool characters, it's got cool art. I used to be, I'll admit that I haven't kept up with the lore as much. Mostly just because there's a lot more Magic that comes out very quick. So I just, as an adult with a job and like, you know, some other hobbies too, in addition to Magic, like I just like honestly can't keep up with like the full frontal product stream all the time. But yeah, I used to be like a lot more into the lore and stuff for Magic. And like I said, obviously like Christine Sprankle is a huge inspiration. And through her, I've met a ton of other people. And just through going to these events, I've met Olivia. I've met people all over the world who like to dress up like weirdos. And again, like dress up is fun. Like, and I have gotten professionally paid for cosplay. Aether Drift Chandra was commissioned. I got a check from Papa Hasbro for that costume, right? Like it is in like according to the U.S. government, of which the IRS at time of this being released may or may not still exist, who the fuck knows. But like, I have to pay taxes on the money that I make making costumes. So it is technically a job that I have. But also at the same time, like, it's a little silly. It's a little fun. Like, I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun, right? Like, making costumes, making stuff, figuring out how this shape can become this thing and it can go on your body and you can look like that. That's pretty cool. It's actually just kind of fun. And I encourage anybody. There's no wrong way to cosplay. If you want to buy your stuff, do it. If you want to commission your stuff, do it. If you want to be bad at cosplay for a little while where you learn a bunch of skills, that's great, actually.
Oh, that's amazing. I've known a couple of cosplayers, different opinions, obviously. Some are against buying your costume. Some are like, you should do it yourself, but probably they don't know how much time does it take.
Well, I think there's like different levels of it too, right? Like, if
Yeah,
you just
as well.
want to wear a costume, there's nothing wrong with buying one. Obviously, if you buy one and then you enter a contest, like, that's weird. Like, why are you entering a contest with a bought costume, right? Like, the contest is there as something that is like, I made this and I am presenting myself as a crafter and this is my skill that I'm showing off, right? Like, they're almost two different things. Like, the act of wearing the cosplay, going to the convention, and just doing fun cosplay shit is almost entirely different from, like, the craft of making it. Like,
Yeah.
those are two very different skills and very different, like, activities. And there's nothing wrong with either of them. There are plenty of people who do both, but there's also nothing wrong with people. Like, I know plenty of people who have more fun, like, making the costumes. Like, what they care about is like the actual craft and like the individual talents and materials and the skills it takes to make the thing. And then I know
Correct.
plenty of people who like have no interest or have no time, or honestly, like, it's not cheaper to make your own costume. If anything, it's honestly more expensive just in terms of like your own time worth, and also like materials are expensive. Versus like, if you just want to dress up and you want to take some pictures and you want to be a planeswalker, like, just fucking buy a costume. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as, again, as you said, like, there's understandably some people who fall in both camps. The way I see it, as long as everybody's above board and everybody just is doing what they want to do, and everyone's being very like, hey, yeah, my first Chandra costume, like, I commissioned that from a friend. I didn't make the first Chandra costume. Like,
Okay.
and with Aether Drift Chandra, I did have help making that because I think I had like a month and a half to make that entire costume. So I called in the furries for help because they're incredibly talented, and they made the suit for me. So the actual like pieces of the suit that I'm wearing, that was made by my friends Jackal Costuming, who are fucking incredible. And then I did all the armor and the wig and all the other pieces, right? And that was literally like, I could have sewn that. It wouldn't have looked nearly as nice if I would have done it. I could have, but like, I didn't really want to, and I didn't have the time because like it took me that long just to make, like, again, because I also work a 9 to 5. I have a regular job too. So it just took me that long to like make the armor and do all the rest of it. So
Okay. And I wanted to ask you this because while trying to doing my research in regards to like your social media, I did notice that you have your Instagram, you have X or Twitter, whatever people want to call it.
I do still have it. I don't post on it anymore, but
okay.
Yeah. It's like still there, and it's mostly just still there because, unfortunately, like, as a semi-recognizable D-list internet celebrity, like, I don't want anybody else to take my fucking name. Like, if I delete my account, some other fucking asshole can be like Tappy Toe Claws and then, like, start spewing whatever heinous shit they want to. So I basically just, I have it. I think it still has my Thanksgiving fucking like title on it. It still has like turkey in the names. You can tell when I stopped posting, but like, yeah.
And then I saw Patreon and then Twitch.
Yeah.
But I did not see like YouTube or I don't know if you have TikTok, but
I do have TikTok. That I have.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
That I have. I've got TikTok. TikTok's fun. It is like the ADHD app, so it's like But yeah, I do have a YouTube channel technically, but we mostly just post the VODs from the stream there.
Okay.
And we might not be doing it on schedule anymore because the guy who was a friend of mine was basically doing the editing and the processing of the videos for me for free because I do not have the time. And obviously, like, since I wasn't paying the guy, right? Like, as soon as he did not have the time to do it for me anymore, it's not getting done. So, but yeah, I try to do what I can, and like the minute that a lot of this feels more like a job is like, I don't know, like there's only so much you can do in a day, and I got other stuff to do. And I also like want to enjoy my time. I want to like go out to the bar with my friends. I want to read fan fiction.
Okay.
Like, so yeah, because this is as much as it, again, I have to file taxes on it, but like it is like a side gig. It's a side gig that's fun and I mostly enjoy. But
Okay, so that's where I wanted to go with the question is, like, I think that you have already answered it. So all of this in regards to like cosplay, streaming, and being a guest in different shows like this one or any other Commander shows that you have been. This is more as a side gig, side job, or is it something that you are aspiring to probably take full time?
it's very much like a side gig, and I like having it, and the extra money is obviously nice, and it's mostly like it would never be something that, like, if it became more stress than it was worth, then I would stop doing it. Like, this is like, I make decent money doing side gig stuff. It is not a reasonable income to live on. Like, if
Okay.
I quit my day job right now, like, I would not have the lifestyle that I do if I was just a content creator. I mean, and obviously, you could say like, well, if you were just a content creator, you'd be able to stream more, you'd be able to do all this more. So like maybe it would become that, but like it it's not like a realistic goal to me. And I think a lot of people have kind of a I think a lot of people have a misunderstanding about the kind of money that content creators make, because the I would say 80%, probably maybe 90% of like people that you enjoy their content on a regular basis, they have another job. Like, they
Mm-hmm.
have a day job, they're doing something else. Like, this is not, it's not good money. Like, if I was looking to make more money, I would stop doing all of this shit and just like, I don't know, start day trading or something. It would probably make me more money on the whole. Like, right? Um I do it because it's fun, and the fact that I make money, and that's nice, but it mostly funds like the hobby. It funds me being able to do this stuff for the most part. And other content creator, like, your mileage may vary, obviously. Other people have different kind of approaches to the content game. Personally, one of the things that I really like about having a day job, sorry, one of the things I really like about having a day job and like not being dependent on my content income is like, I don't have to hunt for sponsorships. I never have to take a sponsorship that I don't like. Um, I'm not saying that I've done like I've done some sponsorships that I've maybe like not regretted, but like I maybe wouldn't work with that company again, like in retrospect.
Okay.
But for the most part, like I don't have to take sponsorships that I don't like. I don't have to take money. Like, I would be open to getting my Twitch stream sponsored again. Like, Ultra Pro had a minute where they were sponsoring a bunch of us, and that was
Yeah.
really nice. But even in my contract for Ultra Pro, like, I was like, I want to have a beer on stream, because it's my like after hours. Like, I've worked a 9 to 5 and now I'm going home and I'm playing Magic with my friends. I want to have a beer. And also, like, I want to be able to swear. I want to be able to talk about whatever politics I want. Like, you guys don't get to say anything about what I say on the stream. I will just say at the beginning, it's sponsored by Ultra Pro, and at the end, I will say it's sponsored by Ultra Pro. Use Tappy whatever code to blah. Like, right? And not currently
Mm-hmm.
sponsored by Ultra Pro, but it wasn't because they like rescinded my sponsorship. They honestly, they just kind of went in a different direction. They sponsor way less people now. The people that they do sponsor are still great, obviously, but and that I kind of do like that. I like having the freedom of being like, I can monetize the parts that I'm comfortable monetizing and I don't have to do anymore. Honestly, I make by far the most money on Patreon, which is just like people who want to support my content and that's what they like, and that's great. Like, and I feel the best about that because that means somebody likes my shit enough that they like, hey, I'll toss you $20 a month. Can I have a token that you drew and some stickers? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I'd much rather do that than like have somebody come in and be like, hey, we'll give you $500 if you shill for whatever the fuck. Like, especially too.
Are you looking for the #1 local game store here in Puerto Rico? I got it for you. It's called Titan Games. They are located in Caguas and in Rio Piedras. As well, they have their own website, titanhobbygames.com. There you guys can find your favorite TCGs and much more in their website. That's not all. Just pass by. Every week there's an event and there's a lot of things you can do with Titan Games. All of their information are in the description below, so pass by and check them out.
In the past, having kind of been in this content creation fucking, it's a dumb fucking word and I hate it, but it is kind of just the lingua franca phrase for what we fucking do. And I can complain about it, but I'm still going to use the word because it's the commonly associated word. But
you don't want to know what we use here in Puerto Rico.
Oh,
Here's
yeah?
worse. Here in Puerto Rico, you can have, let's say, 5K followers, and they would consider you an influencer. No matter the content that you do, you could be counting chickens.
Yeah.
And if you have the followers, you are an influencer.
Yeah, it's yucky. And part of that is because I've been doing this now for like 6+ years, like making enough money that I have to like declare it on my taxes with this side stuff. And it has evolved. Even in that 6 years, it's evolved a lot. Because like there's a lot more like I get like, I don't know, 4 or 5 emails a day in my inbox of people being like, hey, we want you to try to sell our stuff and we'll give you an affiliate code. And it's like, like I don't do any, like, you got to write me a check before I even fucking make a video. Like, I am not doing anything for an affiliate code. I'm not doing anything for like a fraction of the money that I bring to your fucking website. Like, you're writing me a check before I even fucking turn on the camera. And again, obviously that doesn't count for like my like Twitch stream or whatever. I just do that, right? Like it's mostly fun. But yeah, again, like the minute it stops actually being fun, like I don't make enough money to like, and again, like I also like Magic is something that I like. Like I want to continue to like it actually. Like I don't want to like monetize it to the point that I hate fucking hitting that live button on Twitch. Like the minute that it's not fun is the moment that I'm going to stop. And that freedom is really important to me.
And I wanted to ask you, being the fact that you do Magic the Gathering content on Twitch, especially, I think that I saw more like Arena. I did see Commander as well.
Mm-hmm.
But what is your take that, for instance, recently I've been getting into Pokemon TCG Live a little bit much more than Arena. And I do have like the currency to, buy boosters or join the limited events and reclaim a little bit much more than what I wasted on let's say on a draft limited event or whatnot. But what is your take with Arena being pretty expensive and being the application that WotC wants to use, for, hey, if you don't want to do cardboard, you can do digital, but you're wasting the same exact amount of money, digital or not digital.
Yeah.
So what is your take on that?
I mean, listen, I have friends who work at Wizards. I think there's some incredibly talented designers there. The individuals who are working on Magic at Wizards, I can say with confidence, they care so much about Magic and they love Magic and they are working there because they want to and because they want to make Magic great. I think the execs at Hasbro, who have shareholders in mind, don't give a shit about Magic. Like they're gonna milk it until it stops making money for them because that's how capitalism works. And to be clear, like I don't think Hasbro is a worse company than any other fucking company. It's just a company in the modern hellscape of which we live. where like number at the end of the year has to go up from where it was, and at some point the exponential and like constant, or not exponential, but like the linear growth of shareholder numbers will stop working, and we're all going to find out what that looks like. We might all find out what that looks like in like 2 months when all these like tariffs hit and the government does some real dumb shit, and we go into recession 2.0, but it's worse. And I don't know. I'm not an economist, right? Like I think there's like I don't think there's anything wrong with criticizing the thing that you like for the way that it's monetized. I think that's healthy. I think having a relationship with the thing where you can love the thing. You can love magic. You can love the people in the community. You can love the people who work on magic. But you can also step back and be like, I mean, there is something worth criticizing here. And I think that's the important thing, is I think we should be very critical of companies and like systems, but like I don't understand the people who are like, Gavin Verhey, you need to personally answer for these crimes. And it's like, what are you fucking... No, stop. That's my friend, and he fucking loves magic more than you ever fucking will, actually. Like, leave him the fuck alone. Like, right? Like, there are so many systems about which we should criticize monetization. And again, like, you were correct, like, to mention it. Like, the same thing that's happening with magic is happening with Pokemon. It's happening with Hearthstone. It happens with, like, fucking everything. It's not just magic. And I think that's where people kind of lose sight of it. Because I think it is kind of dangerous to, like, when you get trapped in, like, if you are a full-time content creator and your audience cares about magic and they care about magic only, and the only thing you're fucking talking about is like how Hasbro's evil and how magic is going to like self-destruct in the next year or something like that, and like that's really bad, and you just become this like weird doomer. It's like, bro, why are you here? Like, why are you making magic content if it seems to like fucking raise your blood pressure? Like, it's not healthy. Get out of here, right?
Yeah.
And again, like a lot of people accuse Tolarian Community College of this, which is fucking insane. Because like that man loves magic. And when you actually do a statistical breakdown of his videos, so many of his videos are like literally just like, I fucking love magic. Here's me and my friends playing magic. Like,
yeah.
And again, this is also a little bit like personal for me because that man is one of my best friends. But it's fucking wild, right? Like, and where there's so many other bad actors who are just here like opening fucking booster packs and showing off the Black Lotus that they got. And like, that guy doesn't even fucking know what the stack is. Like, why are you not asking that guy? Like, I think that's like, why are we not asking the random bros who are just like trading in cryptocurrency for fucking magic packs and opening packs? Like, I don't think they should like, I don't think they should be barred from doing it for legal reasons or something like that. But like, it's weird, wild that you want to hate on Tolarian Community College famously loves magic versus like the guy who's gonna open a Black Lotus and do fucking nothing with it other than put it in a slab and like sit on it until it grows incrementally more in value and then like sell it to somebody else. I don't know. Like, it's weird.
No, I completely understand because something that's like happening, and it's something that we noticed on myself and the team were like, why do people, especially here in Puerto Rico, we're like, why do people that started doing like comedy skits or going to random places, asking random questions to people, are out of the blue now collecting Pokemon, buying off Pokemon cards or Magic the Gathering cards to see if they get the expensive cards. And out of the blue, they're now fans of the game, even though they're not. But, you know, they're opening the product so people are like, hey. And then there's like the actual people that actually love it. And then we're like, so we do the content as well. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you want to hear my like super fucking spicy take about that?
Go ahead.
So I think we should be criticizing the dude bros who are opening packs for money in the same way that people were criticizing women for getting into things just so they would get male attention and make money on OnlyFans. Like, where is the fucking heat for like guys who are doing exactly what you criticize women for? Like, they're like, oh, you're just into magic and making fucking $800 costumes on material costs alone, plus your 1,600 labor hours, so that some dude will give you $20 fucking dollars on Patreon. Like, fucking, again, go sandpaper your fucking asshole alone, please, forever. Like, where's the heat that everybody fucking gave all these girls because they had nice boobs for the dudes who are just fucking cracking open alpha boxes with no value or even appreciation for, like, how cool it is that you have the content and, like, the money to be able to do this.
Exactly.
Like, I've got nothing wrong with people opening magic cards and playing with them. I think that's actually real cool. I think you should. More people should open rare magic cards and just fucking play with them. Like, on concrete. Scuff that shit up. I think it's great, actually. Whereas, like, that's fundamentally respectable. But the, like, I'm going to open this thing that is a game piece that somebody could enjoy, and I'm gonna fucking slab it, and it's never gonna see play ever. Like, I can respect the Post Malone of it all, of, like, I want to have this because I fucking love magic. Because I'm just kind of like a weird nerd who happens to be famous, but I also, like, fucking play the game, right? And again, it's not even like you have to play it. You could also just, like, appreciate the art or appreciate how cool it is that this game has been around for 30 years. You could appreciate it on any level, but appreciating it on the sheer monetary value of the cards is the weakest fucking shit you could. It's like, you don't care more about that Black Lotus than you do your, like, 3.4 Ethereum tokens, which are, like, made up, and I don't know, I think you should have... I don't know. I would say something, but, like, that person's already miserable and no one has ever shown them true love in their whole life, and that's why they're trading crypto, I guess. So I can't say anything about them that they don't already think about themselves, because I'm sure they're miserable, sad sacks of, like... I will quote Robert Evans, who is a greater philosopher than I am. Even horse shit has a fundamental, like, there's a reality to horse shit. It's a real thing that exists, and manure can be used. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. But, like, crypto doesn't even exist. It is a thing in your mind that's actively destroying the environment and other opportunities for people. I got a lot of feelings and a lot of thoughts on stuff, and I say them loudly into microphones. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
It's fine. It's fine, and I love it because when the blue page started getting a lot of, like, popularity, a lot of people were, like, against it, like, oh, that these females are doing this or that, and these men are getting their content. It's fine. Don't worry about it. If you don't want to invest in it or subscribe, don't do it.
It's like no lady with an OnlyFans has a gun to your head saying you have to pay me $50 to see my boobs.
Exactly.
Like, you're making the active choice to do it. Like,
and as well, probably, not probably, but I have friends that have the famous blue page, and I'm like, and they sometimes they go to me like, like, I don't know what people will think. I'm like, hey, don't care about what people think. If you're doing money and you're putting in the work, you're doing social media, you're paying a photographer to have better pictures,
or you're setting up the rig and you're shooting yourself. Like,
exactly.
That's some incredible, like, the amount of staging that some of these ladies, and non-binary, and there's dudes who have OnlyFans too. Let's be honest.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's women who people love to hate, I guess. But nobody hates something like a woman succeeding and making money, I guess. But, like, there's so much work that goes into that. Like, trust me, like, I just have a Patreon. Like, that I don't even, like, there's nothing special up there. It's mostly just the same shit you already see here, just more of it. And even that's work. Like, I like it, and I enjoy doing it, but it's not a non-zero amount of work. I'm putting in effort to maintain it and manage it, right? Like,
no, exactly. But it's like, Tappy, I imagine that you have heard this before.
I
imagine that you have heard this before. Content, you do content that is so easy. Just turning on the camera, putting like 30-20 minutes of editing, and that's it. No, I don't know who you think that does that, but That's not how it works. One video can take you 2-3 hours depending on how many times you mess up.
Well, and like any skill too, the part that people don't see is like how much work do you think I had to put in to get where I am right now? And
No,
yeah, like
exactly.
I could probably fire up Twitch right now and I could stream the second half of this fucking conversation and we'd have a few people in there or whatever, but like it's because I built a community and I have like I have the setup. Like cameras don't cost $0. Microphones don't cost $0. I got 3 monitors, brother. Like, I mean, you know, and I mean, you know how it is because you're doing this. I mean, how long did it take us? The other part that people don't think about is like, how much yelling back and forth did it take us to schedule this fucking meeting? Like, right?
Exactly.
Like, that wasn't zero work. Like, it was very nice. You guys did a great job. Like, you were very professional in your emails. I have had professional emails from people that are worse than yours. It was very nice, actually. Like, and I think I even said that to you in my response.
Yeah.
But like, those are skills. Like the ability to craft an email that was like, "Hello, Tappy Toe Claws. We would like to have you on with this information, very clear." Like, those are soft skills, and a lot of people just don't appreciate that. Like,
no, I completely agree. You know, and going off going off on that, how did it started for you to get invited to different Commander shows? You know, because Commander at first, it's still, people still consider it not a format, but you know, it's the most played format in Magic. But Commander shows weren't that like popular back then. A lot of people would like to see, you know, Jim Davis or other professional players like explain, this is my standard deck or my modern deck or any other format that they play, and the deck breakdown, and this is how I went my RCQ. But now a lot of people are like into, you know, the commander programming, because different decks are built, different ideas are built. Like now with Universe Beyond, you can play with basically any character that you want. But how did you started getting invited to these big, because some of them are really, really big commander games? How did it started for you to get these invites?
So I'm maybe a bad example. Like I'm still going to answer your question because it's a good one. But like I don't want to necessarily, I don't know. I both do and don't want this to be advice to anybody who's potentially aspiring to do this. So I don't know. A weird caveat on that one, but I guess like, and again, I will go back to the fundamental statement of like, I don't ever want to do something or be somewhere or have to say something that I don't want to say with my whole fucking chest. Like, all right? Like I don't have it in me. Other people do, and they make more money than I am, and they're more successful than I am. But like I don't ever want to be in a place where I have to like play nice or play the game or whatever. I just got lucky, and I have always been, at least like I've always tried to like be my most authentic, loudest, most obnoxious version of me. And luckily some people like that. Like really the first big one was I made a Joyra costume and I was being mouthy and loud. I think I was like picking somebody apart on Twitter. And Tolarian Community College liked all my takedowns of some chode on the internet that I don't even remember what I was fucking saying. It was a Tuesday. It could have been anything. And he's like, "Hey, I'd like to get you on the show. You seem nice." And I met him and I was like, "You are also very cool." And then we hung out and then we were best friends. That's not like, and again, that's what I mean is like, that's not actionable. Like, right. Like that's like not a thing that it just happened. And a lot of it's just being in the right place at the right time. Like it was just, I had the costume. We were both going to be at this GP in Seattle. Channel Fireball at the time was running the events. They had their social media guy who helped us film the video. It's the Tolarian Community College Joyra video where we preview the Mending of Dominaria. Incredible. It was the Time Water thing. It's great. Yes. That's how that video happened. Like that's how that happened, is like Brian was just like, "Hey, I'm sliding into your DMs and I think you're cool." And I was like, "Thanks. I think you're cool. You make videos and stuff." And he's like, "Yeah. Do you want to make one where you're in one?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then other than that, like, as far as me personally, that's basically how I've gotten I don't know, whatever opportunities I've gotten. That's great. Like I've just made friends, and I made some friends that like I've been to their weddings. Like I've made some very, very close friends in this community, which is incredible. And it's been really good. And that's basically, I don't know, just like I've never lied about who I am and about what I do. Like my brand is what you see on my sleeves, right? That's kind of like why my whole Instagram thing is that. It's like that's what it is. It's beer drinker, bacon enthusiast. Sometimes I'm funny and I'm loud the whole time, actually. And yeah, it's just like that's just kind of what it is. And as far as like why I think Commander has gotten more popular as opposed to like more Pro Tour coverage or more deck techs or whatever, I think part of it is that like again, I don't think the casual people who play Magic have shown up in the last 4 years. They have always been there. They've just never been catered to before for content. It's only ever been like Pro Tours, and it's been the Reed Dukes and the Brian Kiplers and the Jim Davis. And none of those people I have any problem with, to be clear. I like that content. I like to consume that content, even if I don't like to play the game that way. I think it's cool that they're out there making the content for the people that they're making it for, right? But I think COVID was really like what kick-started Commander. It was suddenly like, oh shit, we're all sitting at home and we got all these fucking paper decks hanging out and we still want to play them. And everybody figured that was the same time Spell Table took off. It was when we started doing, I think Olivia was honestly the first person who started doing the top-down Commander streams.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, yeah.
And turns out like the community was super hungry for it, which is great. Like, I think it's good. And again, like I said, I'm glad that there's space for multiple kinds of creators. Like people ask me for deck lists on my stream, and it's like, brother, I don't even know if there's 99 cards in that deck. Actually, like I couldn't tell you. Like I don't have the time to make deck lists. I have deck lists. It's not accurate. It's not up to date. Like, and I'm glad. Like I'm glad there's kind of a thing for like Magic is a lovely game. And I think it speaks to the longevity of the game and the fundamental like sense and like good feeling of the game mechanics that it has spawned so many different types of Magic. Like there's so many different ways to play Magic and enjoy Magic. And the longevity of it too is just, I think it's all really speaks to like how good the fundamentals of Magic are.
And Tappy, this would be my final question for you tonight.
Sure.
And I gotta say, it's been an amazing conversation. I think that if it was a little bit much more earlier, I think that we could stay here more time and have like a 2-hour interview.
I am famously a yapper, so.
But what is your take with Universe Beyond? A lot of people are okay with it. A lot of people are fine with it. Some people hate it, being the fact that I think that even though it was not a set, but when SpongeBob became part of the Magic the Gathering universe, a lot of people were super against it. I was not. I loved the lands, and Gary is the most powerful card in the whole set. But what is your take with Universe Beyond, being the fact that we're getting so many IPs, and the fact that, let's say for instance, these Aether Drift released, and then 2 weeks later Final Fantasy previews, couple of weeks later passed, we had Tarkir Dragonstorm previews, and then everybody forgot about Aether Drift, and Tarkir is about to have its pre-release this upcoming weekend, and it's going to release next week. I hope that they don't release more previews, because Tarkir looks super interesting and I love it. But what is your take with Universe Beyond? Do you think that we're gonna get like more obnoxious, probably IPs inside the universe of Magic, or do you think that it's okay that we get to, one day play with RoboCop against the Terminator in a Commander game?
Darth Vader, Lopan, Superman, every single Power Ranger, Bill S. Preston and Theodore Logan, Spock, The Rock, Doc Ock, and Hulk Hogan. Yes, I see, fellow millennial. So I I think that's a good question, and I'm glad that like people are asking it and the discussion is being had. I'm in many ways, and in much of the ways that I've answered most of your questions, I think it's kind of a twofold issue, and I think it's kind of two different questions in one. Is like, I think the fact that Universes Beyond is bringing new people into the game is incredible. And if somebody's favorite card ever in Magic the Gathering is SpongeBob or Deadpool, who was released today on April Fool's, or like a Final Fantasy card or The Walking Dead, even if we go back to like the first time this kind of happened, like, I think you're a really shitty person if you make a new player feel bad for being into Magic because of Universes Beyond. Like, I think you're kind of super shitty and you should maybe lose some of your rights. I don't know. Like, actually, like, I think that's like a really shitty thing to do to a new player. At the same time, because two things can be fucking true, because we are complex creatures with brains that are capable of great things and great understanding, right? You can also recognize that, like, the speed at which these are being introduced and the way that it's kind of overshadowing Magic's own IP is kind of bad and does feel not good, right? Like, those two things can be true at the same time. Like, you can be, like, really excited that somebody's excited that Cloud Strife is in Magic, and also be like, but wait, Aether Drift was a week ago. What happened? Like, that is okay. Like, both of those things can be true. They are different things entirely. And once again, I think as a general through line to most things, including both Magic and also just like life and politics in general, you should always look at who's standing to make money and like what systems are profiting from what's going on, right? Like, the individual who's really fucking stoked that SpongeBob is in Magic the Gathering, it's also me, by the way. I desperately want to cosplay SpongeBob at like a Magic event, mostly because I fucking love SpongeBob. I was exactly the right age. Like, so like exactly my kind of humor, right? I am gonna make Dark Pact be Patrick. I think I'm gonna try to make I'm gonna try to get the whole group together. I think like do like a whole anyway. But I also think it's okay to be like, why is all of this happening and why is it happening so fast? Like, when we don't need it to be. Like, Magic is objectively a good game, and the game itself would not suffer for less shit coming out. Like, Magic doesn't need 6 Universes Beyond sets and like what fucking 8, right? I don't know. I can't keep track of it anymore, right?
Yeah, like, this year we're getting, if I'm not mistaken, is 1, 2, 3. I think we're getting 4 Universe Beyond sets and 3 normal sets.
Yeah, and none of that was necessary. Like, none of that needed to come out as fast as it is coming out. However, again, like, I don't know, like Mr. Peter McShareholder over there is like, but what about me? And it's like, all right, buddy, but like, do you really need your third yacht? Like, I hate to just be like, capitalism bad, billionaires evil, but like, it also just is that though, right? Like, there's an amount of that. Like, we just want to play our game, and unfortunately, we cannot play our game without our game existing in the larger framework of like the world.
Yeah.
Which is like, again, Peter McShareholder trying to afford his third yacht or whatever. And that's annoying. But like, it's sure, again, like, I will personally like fight you behind the Waffle House if you're gonna make some kid feel bad because they're playing SpongeBob, right? Like, that's not that fucking kid's fault. Like, they're just enjoying a thing and they don't understand the full context of it. You're the adult in the room and you're the person who knows everything about this, or at least you could, or you should, if you cared to fucking educate yourself. And I think it's like worth considering. And the other thing too that is a little bit annoying, and again, because like I'm on site as a Marvel hater. Like, I'm so tired. And like, again, like, I enjoyed the first arc of the MCU. I think the first Iron Man movie is legitimately like an incredible film. It was very, very well done. Everything after the first like year and a half of it is kind of IP slop that they're just making because they can put asses in seats and make money about it or whatever. But like, and so like on some level, it is a little annoying that like something that I don't like, it is now the onus is now on me to like sit down at a table and be like, oh my God, I'm so excited about your fucking Deadpool card. Yay. Like, I'm so tired. I miss my wife, Tails. Like, but again, like, you're an adult, you can control your fucking emotions, right? But on some level, like, there is a certain amount of, like, I would like to not interact with Marvel stuff because I don't particularly enjoy it. And now the Marvel stuff is spilled into my Magic the Gathering stuff.
Yeah.
And the more that we do that with Universes Beyond means the more that's going to cross-pollinate. So now we have to deal with all of these things. Like it's just kind of like, again, like it's okay to it's okay to like sit back and say like this is exhausting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's not okay to like want to throat punch a child for playing Gary the Toxrill at your fucking table of Commander. Like, you're an adult, you can be nice for fucking 25 minutes. The game won't take more than 25 minutes. They're playing Toxrill, right?
Yep.
But like it's hard, and I don't know where, like, I know it's such a Magic player fucking thing to be like, oh, Magic's gonna die in fucking a year, and I don't think Magic's gonna die, right? It's gonna change, and I don't know whether those changes are gonna be good or bad, but like it's gonna change. And at some point, I think the best thing you can do is try to like cultivate the sort of energy that you want for your little part of the community. Like, find your people in wherever you are, whether it's Magic or wherever it's, you know, any other fucking thing. Like, find your people, play your kind of Magic. If you want to play CEDH, play CEDH. If you want to play no Marvel cards ever, or I will fucking light them on fire on site, then play that with your friends. And when you go to a Magic event, you have to realize that you have to interact with all of what is now Magic and D&D and whatever else Hasbro wants to bring into the next Magic Con.
Yep,
and,
I completely agree. I completely agree. Tappy, loved having you here. It was an amazing conversation and experience. Where can the people find you in social media?
Yeah, I'm Tappy Toclaws. I'm your Loud Dinosaur friend. I'm everywhere where Loud Dinosaur friends can be found. I am Tappy Toclaws on everything. So I don't post on Twitter anymore, but I'm on Blue Sky, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok. I do have a VOD channel on YouTube. The only other non-Magic thing that I regularly do is I started a podcast about fan fiction. It is 18 plus. It is unhinged. It's me and Amy, the Amazonian, and Princess Weeks. And we talk about fan fiction because it is a thing that we all enjoy. And sometimes we all need a break from Magic the Gathering. Although Magic the Gathering fan fiction does exist. And I do desperately want to do an episode with some Magic the Gathering lore people and talk about that. So thank you so much for having me on. This was like so lovely.
No, yeah, I was like, you know, super happy when you answered our email.
Yeah, of course.
All of Tappy's social media will be on the description below, guys. You can follow us in all of our social media as Cardboard Cave Podcast. Our previous episode is already available, and we will have these as well in audio form. I just totally forgot to put the first one in audio form. My bad. But thank you all for joining this new episode of E.T.B, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
A rope until I cut it, bala pa tu cabeza, para delicadeza, habla la realeza, salva naturaleza, method for your mentalities, kill them with no fatalities, happy with all the cannabis, welcome to your reality.